Just keep some popcorn. Can you go out? Go out? Okay. I'm here, everybody. Hello. Welcome to my channel. I still got a little bit of makeup on my... Got this coffee where it's hot. And you can see the Vegeta on there, which is awesome. But anyways, yeah, this is my talk show. We could come on here and talk about just about anything. You know, it's get ready with me, pretty much. We just come here, talk, chit chat, and I know that light is probably really bright for y'all, or at least for some of y'all. Yeah. I do not have a hair bow today, and today I am going braless because I don't have a bra. One of them went missing, and the other one, my daughter, I think she is wearing, because we are pretty much just about the same size. But yeah, I would go out and get me a new bra, but that means that I will have to dip into the Christmas money that and I don't want to dip into it and be short-handed when it comes Christmas time, you know what I mean? So I'm really struggling right now. This sucks. This really sucks. When you don't even have enough money to go out and get the things that you need. I mean, my ex thinks that, oh, $100 is going to last me a whole week or so. Oh, Lord. This is like really upsetting. I'm so sorry, y'all. I mean, I come on here and I vent to y'all because I know there are other women that are probably, or men, women, there's probably people out there that are probably going through the same situation as I am. And it's just so difficult right now. But I haven't used this in a while. I know I got the moisturizer on, but I'm going to set my face with this right here because it's all natural and it's kind of sticky, so it does help keep, you know, your foundation and everything on a little bit longer. So and it smells so good and it feels so fresh. I mean, a mist is on your face, but like I was saying though, you know, it is being a struggle right now with trying to come up with money to help, you know, with bills and having to take care of the kids, you know, all by myself. It's like, it's super hard, you know. And yeah, some of y'all has been following me on Facebook probably. I mean, and today's my birthday. I mean, happy birthday to me, even though it's a sad day though. Oh Lord, I can't tell you how many times I have been crying, how many days I've been crying, you know, alone, because I'm worried about how I'm going to take care of the kids, you know, how I'm going to get through really a struggle. I mean, yesterday, my ex comes over, you know, he comes over, he brings the kids some shoes, some brand new shoes, which I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it, you know, that he brought the kids some shoes because they need shoes because they go through them like crazy. And, you know, I'm explaining to him because Alina, she has a project that is due tomorrow. And I don't have the money to go and get all the stuff that she needs for her project because, you know, I have to stretch what I have. $100 don't last that long. I mean, $100 nowadays is like 20 bucks. And, you know, I put at least $10 in the tank of the car. And, you know, that $10 ain't going to last with the gas, you know, the gas prices nowadays. And I only put $10 in the gas, and that leaves me like $10 left over. And he doesn't understand that I have to buy shampoo, conditioner, toilet paper, things that we need for the house. You know, I have to buy the stuff. I mean, it's not going to last. I mean, I wish it could last, but it's not going to last that long at all, period. And he thinks he's like, oh, you need to learn how to manage money better. I'm like, how can I when you got 3 kids that always need something? There's stuff for school, like little things here and there for their school, you know? Like, not too long ago, Brooke wanted to join this course thing that was for school, okay? It's a course contest or some kind of contest that she had going at her school. To for her to do that. And he said it'd be selfish for us if I was to let her do it just in case she didn't make it. I'm like, how are you going to sit there and say that is selfish? It's not selfish at all, period. I mean, she wants to do something. She wants to be able to do something with her life. I mean, joining the cheer team or being a cheerleader. She wants to be able to do that, but it would be selfish for her to do it. I mean, anything that involves the kids or their school, according to him, it's selfish for us to be able to let them do that. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's selfish. It's not selfish. I mean, they're kids. They want to be able to do this and do that for school. They don't want to be left to do. They want to do this, but they can't because their dad says it's selfish for them to want to do all of this. It's selfish on their part to want to join a club or to do something with the school. I mean, I can't even get a bra. I can't get bras for me or for my oldest because I don't have the money to get it. I mean, I've tried and tried so hard to look for a job, but because of my strokes that I've had and the head shaking, nobody wants to hire me because they say I'm too high of a risk for them to hire me. So I'm like, I'm trying to look for a job. I'm trying, I'm trying to find something that is a stay-at-home job, but and you have to be on the lookout for those at-home jobs because some of them are scams, You're going to risk uh, paying them money for an application fee or whatever and not get the job. Just like the paparazzi that I have right now. I mean, I paid $100 of money that I don't have to do this and hopefully make some income. And just like pharmacists, I mean, I paid money for these products that I don't have in hopes of it working out. And so far, there's no money coming in from it. I mean, I've been working my butt off trying to sell these products, trying to get the products sold. I'm trying and trying, and I have no help. I have no way of getting this stuff. I mean, he works for him to be able to work his job. He's got to put money in the job in order for him to make more money off of it. And that's pretty much what this is with the paparazzi and what the pharmacists. I mean, I have to have money to put in it in order to make money, and I don't have no income whatsoever. And my biggest hope, my biggest prayer right now is hoping that the disability pops through or goes through because, I mean, if it doesn't, then I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to make it through. I mean, right now, this right here, YouTube, is my only hope in to just to have something coming through so that I can take care of them. I'm trying so hard not to cry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm trying so hard. But it is a struggle. It is a battle. And I mean, he talks about, yesterday. Okay, yesterday. He can shoes and all that, and I'm talking about the project, like I said. And he's like, you need to learn how to manage money. I was like, how can I manage money with 3 kids? He's like, it's all over your face, talking about the makeup. I'm like, I've had this makeup for I don't know how long. I mean, it's cheap makeup. I've had it for years. I mean, I'm just now starting to use this makeup in hopes of making some kind of income. I mean, I'm like, you've been collecting things over the kitchen is full of his stuff that he's been collecting over the years that he still hasn't came and got and done something with it. He's talking about, oh, this kitchen gadget is this old, it's worth this much money on eBay and Craigslist. I'm like, okay, if it's worth that much money, then why haven't you done something with it? Why aren't you selling it to help? And he has a car outside, okay? And it's a 65 Falcon, and it doesn't work. It's not moving. It's just sitting there, just the body part. It's just the body, okay? The Social Security office almost wanted to cut off my son's disability because the value of that car. They just screw it and sell that car because it's been sitting here for over a month, and over a month when it's sitting on your property, it's considered abandonment and pretty much it's mine to do whatever I want with it. But I'm not that heartless. I'm not going to sit there and sell his car that he's had for so long. I mean, he's had it like, I'm not that heartless, you know? And then he nags on me about my other ex, which is my oldest daughter's dad. I have 2 baby daddies, whatever you want to call it. He nags on me about why I don't hound him for money or child support. Okay, but I had a job and I was working and I was making an income all together with her dad. And her dad pays her cell phone, which is like $81 a month. That's to me, that's child support right there. He buys her clothes and stuff when she needs them, when I ask him to. And he having her dad pay for the cell phone, okay? Because she kept wanting to use mine and his phone to play games or whatever. So he hounded me to get her dad to get her cell phone and pay for it. That's what I did. And he's doing it. Okay. When I got with my ex now, I had to quit my job. because it was getting in the way of his work, getting away with him working his job. So I had to quit. I mean, I worked a few other jobs while I was with him, and every time he complained about how that job was interfering with his work. It was interfering with him making money because he could make more money than I could. And every time I complain about, needing just one day to rest up, especially when I'm sick and I could barely get out of bed. He complains about it, saying, "Oh, I got so many calls in." Apparently, he had so many calls in, but he had to take the day off so that he can take care of the kids so that I could rest up, because I'm like sick as a dog. I could barely get out of bed, and day off for me to rest up whenever I was sick. And I'll be right back. I gotta go check something real quick. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm back. It didn't take that long. I had to go check on something. But anyways, like I was saying, though, uh, but every time, like I said, every time I was sick, it was like fighting tooth and nail to get him to stay home at least for one day for me to rest up and at least try to feel a little bit better, you know? And every time I did, he complained. He complained about uh, I was getting in the way of him making money. I was in the way. But yet, just about every single year, he gets gout, okay? He gets gout, especially when he is not watching his diet and not staying away from red meat, pretty much staying away from it. And every time he had gout, he would go into the bedroom, he'll lock the door, and just stay away from the whole world, pretty much. And went out and found all the natural stuff that he would eat or drink for his gout, because he will not take medicine for it at all, period. He will not take medicine that will actually help him, with the gout, with the pain and all that. He would not take anything for it. He would not go to a doctor to get it checked or anything. And when it comes to him being sick as well, when it comes to him being sick, having a runny nose, having a fever or something like that, the whole world has to stop for him. The whole world has to stop. And when was it? This Friday, okay? This Friday. Luckily for me, the medicine worked. Luckily it did work. But I was in so much pain. My left side of my chest started hurting so bad to the point it was spreading across my chest and into my back. It hurt so freaking bad. But I couldn't give them a call and tell them, hey, I need to go to the hospital because my chest is hurting. Because if I did, baby, that I would go to the hospital for just about anything. But when there is something wrong with you and you don't know, you don't understand what is going on, why is it so bad to go and get it checked to see and make sure that everything's okay, you know, that you're going to be all right? What is wrong with doing that, you know? When I had William, I was 6 months pregnant with William, okay? And I was working at that time. Well, one day whenever I was working, I started feeling stomach pains in my stomach. And I thought I was actually going into labor early because it hurt so bad. I go to the hospital. Come to find out it's my appendix, okay? I had to get my appendix removed whenever I was 6 months pregnant. 6 months pregnant with my son. My appendix had to get removed. And it was a high risk that either I could lose him or we both could have died, or, you know, more complications could happen. And I didn't want to lose him, you know. I didn't want to. I was like, you know, if anything, please save him. Because he's a newborn baby that is inside of me, and that I want him to be able to survive. Because, I mean, I've lived my life. You know, I'm an adult now. I've lived my life as a child to this point. I want to give him a chance, you know, to get out in the world, you know. So the whole time I'm like, whatever you do, save him. Save that he can have a chance. And, you know, I had the surgery, and the whole time after that, you know, I started feeling some more pains. I started getting false labors at the whole time that I was pregnant with him. So when the due date came, I was in the hospital, had him. And right after I had him, I had to get 2 pints of blood put back into me because I was passing blood clots that was almost as big as he was. I had so many pass through that they had to put more blood back into me because of the blood clots. I've been scared about pains that came that I did not understand or did not know about, that I wanted to get checked just in case it's something bad. You know, like they say, it's better to be safe than sorry. And after I had him, I got pregnant with Alina. And with Alina, it was almost constant. Every time I felt something that was wrong, something wasn't right, I was in the hospital almost every other week or every other day, you know, and he could not understand why I went to the hospital so much whenever I was pregnant with Alina. I was like, if you had a scare like I did with William, I have a living, breathing child inside me that is growing, and something is wrong with my body that I don't understand. I want to make sure that our child is going to be okay, at least, you know? And never once with either one of our kids, neither one has he ever went to go to an ultrasound with me. He's never been to an ultrasound. He's never been to a doctor's appointment with me to ask any questions or anything like that. He's never been there for me. And the whole time I'm like going to these ultrasounds by myself or with my mom, I see couples there. And I'm looking at these couples and I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, why couldn't I have that? Why couldn't he be there for me this whole time I was pregnant with our kids? And I'm like, it kind of felt cheated to me. Like, I mean, we're supposed to be together. We're supposed to be a couple. And we have children together. I'm like looking at these couples and I'm like, every single day that I have a new ultrasound appointment, I'm like, I wish he could be there. I wish he was there with me to hold my hand and celebrate this time together, you know? And neither one of the kids was he there for the ultrasound. I mean, and then, you know, with William, he was there for him whenever he was born. He was there for him, okay? But with Alina, he wasn't there. You know, with William, we held out for so long because he was all the way up in New York, okay? I'm in Columbus, okay? He's in New York. We waited so long for him to get there, to be there for his first child. But when it came to Alina, you know, he had William with them, okay? Yes, he had William with them. But we also had other family members there as well, too. And instead of letting either my mom or somebody else watch William so that he could see his daughter being born, he left. He left me there. I mean, I'm grateful that my mom was there. I mean, I love my mom to death, and I'm glad she was there. But I was hoping that he would stay. I wanted him to be there. And he wasn't. I mean, there's so many people there that could have watched William, could have kept an eye on him while he sat there with me. And he wasn't. He wasn't there. And then after I had Alina, and I came home. No. After I had her and then I came home, instead of letting me rest up after having her, you know, and getting stitches and stuff and all that, instead of letting me have at least 1 day or so to recover after having a baby, even with William, even when after I had William, you know, the first thing that came out of his mouth the moment I walked through that door was, "Can I go to work now? Can I go to work?" Instead of sitting there with me and helping me out with the kids. I mean, I'm hurting, I'm in pain, but instead I just nod my head and say, "Yeah, you can go. It's fine. I'll be all right." And he never once has he said thank you to me about any of it. Even with William, I had preeclampsia after pregnancy. I almost went into shock because my head was hurting so bad. My whole lower half of my body was swollen, and I almost went into shock because I was in so much pain. And the first thing he tells me to do, just go lay down, you'll be fine. If the doctor told me if I would have stayed home any longer, I would have gone into shock and I wouldn't have been around anymore. And then after having Alina, they told me that, if I was to get pregnant again, you probably wouldn't survive after that. I went and got tube ligation. It's where they go in, they cut and burn your tubes. That way they make sure you're not going to get pregnant at any time. So I went and I did that. And right after I had that done, I come home. He's ready to leave. He's ready to go to work. I mean, I understand we need the money. But if I end up getting infection or the stitches pop out because I'm having to do this right here, you're going to miss work again. Because I have to go back and I have to get everything fixed. I have to get it more so. Sorry. But again, like I said, I have done so much for him and I risked a lot for him. I gave up a lot for him. And never once did he appreciate it at all. And make a little extra income for me and the family. He did not like it at all because he did not see money coming through. He did not see a flow of cash, and I'm like, I just started all of this. I'm still new at it. I'm still learning. I mean, you've been doing what you're doing for longer than I have done this. He's been doing his mechanic stuff and fixing stuff for well over 10 years. Probably longer than that, And I'm like, okay, so all this talk about us going to the country club that's over here and trying to talk to these customers that he used to have have all the big bucks from, and talking about he's going to get his clients back, talking about he's going to do this and that. Where is it? And never once have I said anything about it. I've never put him down. I never told him no. I never told him that, oh, it's not working. You should move on to do something else. I never told him to stop because it's not bringing in nothing. I never told him any of that. Because I know it takes time to build. It takes time to bring in customers. Just like right now with YouTube, it takes time to build it. And he doesn't understand that. He doesn't. He has clients that are out there right now. There are have so much work that he had to hire people. He wanted that. And now he's getting what he wanted. And he's turning it away. He's told me so many times about how many customers he had to let go because he was booked up. He didn't have time to do them. I'm like, I wanted to say something. I wanted to tell him, you remember back in the day when you used to tell me you wanted this, you wanted to be busy like this so you could hire people to do some of this. You're not doing it. You're not backing up what you said that you wanted to do. And he used to have a business license too. He used to have that. And he would tell me it's best to have people that owe you money versus having money right then and there. Where's that at? He's not following that. What he told me, he's telling me all this stuff, but yet he's not backing it up. And he takes us over to this one house where he's fixing windows and stuff like that. And he tells me, because he lost his driver's license back in the day because he had DIYs on his record. And he told me back in the day, once I get my license, we can have this. We can have houses like this, okay? And he's telling me all of this. He's telling me all of what he could do and what he is able to do and capable of doing. But you're complaining about money. He's complaining about work, about it slowing down around this time of the year. But yet, he's telling me he's letting go so many clients because he could not get to them at time, or at the right time, he cannot get to them. But why not hire people to help you with these jobs that you cannot get to? I mean, you told me you wanted this. You wanted to be in that situation so you can hire people. But yet, here you are nagging me about saving budgeting, which is kind of hard to do when you got 3 kids. And they're in school right now. So it's hard to do that when you have to spend that so-called $100 on this and that. I mean, yeah, he's paying the power bill and he's paying the water bill, but that is much cheaper than having to pay child support. Because he pays for 2 kids, and he pays close to $1,000 a month for those 2 kids, and he works his butt off every single day to make only $81 a week on his paycheck. How can anybody live off of that child support being taken out? How can anybody live off of that? No one can. Spend time with their child. You want them to be able to have their mom or whoever else that is paying that child support to spend time with their children. But how can they when they can't even afford a house? They can't even afford rent. How can they have time for their children if they have to fork out all this money? And here, I don't know how it is with all the other states, but here in Georgia, the more money you make on your paycheck every month, the more money you have to fork out for the kids. I mean, nobody can live off that. No one can live off of $81 a month or $81 a week. Nobody can live off that. You can't even pay a freaking power bill with that much. You can't even buy food, let alone the kids that come over there and spend time with you. You can't do nothing with that much money. You can't. Nobody can. I mean, it's crazy how that is. I mean, I used to have to pay child support with my oldest daughter, okay? And I had worked at Waffle House. I was living off of my tips because they did every bit of my check every week. They took every bit of it. Yeah, I could have gone out and get another job, second income, but guess what? When I do that, my child support's going to go up because I'm making more money. And that's another check, like right out the door, you know? So when I finally got custody of my oldest daughter, I was like, I'm not going to rather my child be able to spend time with their dad. I want them to spend time with them. And I want him to be able to afford to have her over, to have a place for her for when she goes over there and visit. I mean, you got a divorce, okay? You have children. You're the one that took on your other your spouse, your other person, you know, they're not having them all the time. They don't have the children all the time. So why pay that when they're not even getting to see their child but no more than every other weekend or the holidays or every other holidays? They're only allowed to see them that amount of time. I mean, it's unfair the way the system works. It's really unfair. I mean, I could see if it's split down the middle and every other now and then, you know, y'all going back and forth or whatever. I don't know how you would do it. But, I mean, it's just not fair. It's not right. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Like, y'all fell out of love with each other, okay? And your children shouldn't have to suffer. I mean, they should be able to go and see their dad or the mom, whoever is the prime, whoever has a primary or whatever custody or however it works. They should be able to go and see their dad or mom or whoever whenever they want, whenever, whichever. They should be able to see their family members without having a law or a court system saying, oh, you can only see each other at this point in time. It shouldn't be like that. It should not be like that. Oh, God, it sucks not having a bra on, but I can't afford to buy a bra because it's just sucks. And I'm sorry if this video upsets somebody or this little talk show. I'm sorry if it upsets you. I'm just being real. It's hard. Can't even buy a freaking bra. I mean, it's like, okay, I'm so blurry right now. Focus. All right. But it's like, okay, you wanted me to be a stay-at-home mom. You, in a way, put me in this situation because you didn't want me to go to work because I was in your way of making money. You put me in this situation. You got me here. You know, I could have had a job. I could have worked, but you didn't want to work with me. You didn't want to compromise for anything. It was all you. All you. You know? And I shut my mouth about every freaking thing. I kept my mouth shut. Let him do his thing. Let him work. Let him do what he needed to do for us, for the family, to work so that he can do what he said he was going to do. You know? I did everything for him. And even whenever I cleaned the house and kept it clean, he always found some reason or something wrong. You know, there was always something that wasn't done in the house. You know, even though I kept the house clean and I cleaned the house pretty good. I mean, talking about cleaning the toilets, keeping the clothes up, cooking dinner, getting up with the kids for school, getting them ready for school, making coffee so we can have coffee in the morning for when we wake up. Or when he wakes up, he can have coffee too. I done all of that and never once was given a thank you or anything like that. You know, every now and then with him, sometimes I would get him a card, a random card saying thank you or you're the best or something, or I don't have money. I don't have my own income. So I try to do little things to show that I appreciate them. But when it came down to when the house is all clean, everything's done, okay? Sometimes I will have clothes on the bed. They're already folded, everything. All they needed was to be put away, okay? Well, when he gets ready for bed, and I'm not ready for bed yet, I want to relax. I want to settle down. and let everything shut off before I actually go to bed. And when he goes into the bedroom, he comes into bed, he takes all them clothes that I worked so hard to catch up. He takes it and just side of the bed, or he puts it in a chair. And his excuse is, well, when I'm ready to go to bed, I want to go to bed. I don't want to have to put clothes away. When that's the only thing left to do in the house is to put the clothes away. Even his clothes, his own clothes to be put away. And I'm like, it don't take that much to just pick them up and put them in the drawer. I mean, you don't even have to separate it. Just put it in a drawer. Let me be able to come to bed too and rest, because I've been working all day too with the house and the kids. I've been working my butt off too. And I'm like, I would like to climb into bed without having to move all this stuff. I mean, the bed is made. It is made for you to come in, lay down, and go to sleep. The only thing that's in your way is some clothes to be put in a drawer or whatever. I mean, I work my ass off too, my butt off too. And I'm like, you can't put the clothes away for me after keeping the house clean, making dinner. I mean, I even make him a plate so that he doesn't have to make the plate when he gets home. All he has to do is pull it out of the microwave. There it is. There's your plate. And he could just left in the sink, or there's clothes left in the washing machine when it's pretty much caught up. All the clothes are washed, just those are left there. I'm like, once the kids get home from school, I'm preparing myself to handle them. Everything else is done. Just clothes, are still in the washer or some in the dryer. But the rest of the clothes are caught up. Everything's caught up. I mean, he would find any good reason to find something that wasn't done. And whenever he did that, he started complaining about that. My self-esteem went down. I mean, I was having a hard time I had a hard time to actually wanting to clean the house, because I was thinking, what if it's not good enough? What if he finds something else to complain about? I mean, the house started to show how much damage he was doing that he didn't realize he was doing. I mean, trying to make my own money. He would bring me down, telling me that, oh, I will never make money like he could. It will never happen. I will never get to that point. It's not making money. You're not good enough, pretty much, is what he's saying. It's what it feels like to me, what he's saying. It's not good enough. Nothing was ever good enough for him. And you know what? I hope he does watch this, and I hope he listens. Just close your mouth and listen to all the stuff that you were doing to me. Yes, it may not have been physical abuse, but to me, mentally, you were abusing. You were bringing me down, shutting me down. And you may not notice or realize it, but you was. This day, right now, I feel like I'm not good enough for anything or anyone. I still feel like that. I still feel like I'm not good enough, that I'm not doing enough for my family. I'm not doing enough to make anybody happy. I'm just not good enough for any of it. And that's how I feel. That's how it feels right now to me. It's like I try and try and try, and it's just not getting nowhere. I mean, I try so, so hard. I'm trying so hard to not cry again. I've been crying so much, and my anxiety is going to be kicking up a notch from the crying. I know it is. I mean, I hope I actually listen because, I mean, you can't talk to him face to face. You can't. But you can't talk to him face to face. You really can't talk to him. Uh, because if you're sitting there face to face, he tries to cut you off. Every time you try to talk, he will cut you off and try to speak over you, pretty much. He tries to do that every time. He does not listen to anything you have to say because to him, you are wrong. You are wrong every single time. And the only time he actually listens when you speak is if you send him a text message, which to me, you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to send a message to anybody for them to listen to you face to face. You know, you should be able to talk face to face to each other, but you can't do that with him. You can't. And he talks about, oh, you're going to talk about all this on Facebook or YouTube. Well, of course, because you don't listen whenever we're talking face to face. And it's my way of venting. So, yeah. I'm like, you're not going to listen to me. You're not going to sit there and let me have a word in anything. You're just going to cut me off every time I try to talk. You're going to cut me off. You're not going to listen. So, I mean, you don't appreciate anything that I've done or I have done for you. So I'm like, what's the point of talking to you face to face if you're not going to listen? I mean, look at me. I mean, look at this. I'm losing hair. I lost hair about my hair. I mean, I'm showing y'all. I mean, look at this. I'm like, I can't use cheapo products because it's just going to make my hair fall out even worse. I mean, look at this. I try to wear headbands to keep my hair back so it doesn't look as bad, or hopefully it doesn't look as bad. So I try to wear headbands to keep my hair back so it doesn't look like crap. But I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard. And I hope this reaches out to people, and especially those that are going through the same thing I am, that's been in this situation. And some of y'all that are still struggling with a situation like this, I hope this reaches you. And I hope to God that, I mean, I can help you out a little bit, you know, and show you that you're not alone. You're not the only one out there that is going through the same struggles. I don't know how I'm going to match up my other eye. That's as good as it's going to get. So I can't. Oh my gosh. Luckily, I'll be wearing a huge coat on, so nobody will actually notice that I don't have a bra on because I can't afford to get a bra. I don't know where my other bra went. So I'm struggling. I am. Oh my God. I don't know who's watching me right now. I wish I could find out or see who's watching. I wish they would say hello or whatever, at least, you know. But like I said, you know, boy, I am, whoever's out there that's, I wish, I hope, you know, there are other people out there that is going through the same thing. I hope you're watching, and I hope that you see that you are not the only one. You are watching firsthand from somebody that has nothing and is starting a YouTube channel right now. I am doing a YouTube channel right now. I have nothing. Nothing. I mean, much. I have nothing at all. I have nothing. I forgot to do mine. I have crappy internet too. It's the cheapest internet that I could afford. So, gotta work with what you got, right? Get what you pay for, right? Man, I'm struggling trying to keep this on so I can make some extra income. I am struggling. go. There's the mascara. Keep saying I'm losing connection. That the signal is weak to hold put until we can find a. That's something. That is something. Oh, I'm going to. See, my ex right now, he would tell me that I look like a clown with all this makeup on. Instead of, you look good, you know. He would tell me I look like a clown. Whenever I'm wearing this stuff. I look like a clown to him. I look like a clown. I'm never good enough for you. I'm never good enough for you. Good enough for you. I'm never good enough for you. And my nose looks so much smaller whenever I'm doing this. I'm trying my hardest to be good enough for somebody. Hopefully I could be good enough for somebody. But it's what it is. It is what it is. See, y'all are seeing it firsthand how makeup can change the look of somebody. And I'm using my camera. I'm getting so many birthday wishes today on Facebook. It is going crazy. So many. And I appreciate every bit. Thank y'all. I just wish I was in a better mood today. Today is my birthday. And it's a bad birthday to me. It is. The birthday is bad. At least to me it is. It's a bad birthday. To me, it's the worst birthday ever. Because for one, I don't have a bra. I don't have money to go out and buy a bra. So, Lord. Yeah. I'm just not going to put lipstick on today, so. I have so many people messaging me on Facebook. So many. But anyways, I'll see y'all later. All right. Bye.